Welcome back to our first annual Happy Christmas Day!
I'm so jazzed.
Clap, 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 clap. Here, go to Dad.
All right. Happy Day, friends. I hope you guys are having a wonderful December. We know Christmas is just around the corner.
Right around the corner.
And we know that this year has been especially tough for so many of you. And we just wanted to provide a little bit of light during this holiday for a handful of families.
So a lot of you guys probably know we were doing a Happy Christmas Day. Still don't know what to call it. But we were able to make it work that we bought Christmas for 3 families this year, in addition to the family that we gifted a mattress to. So we are about to tell you guys the winners. Along with the winners, we have a handful of other families who we personally could not provide for.
Do you want to tell them?
But we really wanted to spread some more cheer, some more joy. So if any of you are able and willing, we have the wish lists down in the description below. If you guys want to give a gift, something on their wish list for them, we will tell you guys about the stories if anything kind of strikes a chord with you. All that information is down below. Before we get into announcing who we have gotten Christmas for, we wanted to say thank you to all of you guys who watch our vlog, who have supported us over the years. Also, big thanks to anybody who has supported Happy Day Apparel.
We started Happy Day Apparel without really knowing what we were getting ourselves into, let alone how much support we were going to get. We're just so thankful that so many of you have supported us in our new endeavor, and really, it's all because of you that we're even able to do something like this.
So thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. It is really because of you guys that this is possible.
Since we have been so blessed this year, we should share some of that blessing.
We need to give back
to
the
we
ones
need to give
that
back.
have supported us.
Exactly. And so yeah, it's all because of you guys and supporting us in our endeavor that we are able to push this forward. And we've already been brainstorming about how we can do it bigger next year.
But before we get into it, it is Paige's bedtime almost. I'm going to put her to bed real quick, and then we will get to the winners.
She is going to town on these things.
And if you guys are wondering where Micah is, she's staying at Nana and Papa's tonight. So
we would love for her to be here to announce these winners. Say good night. Say night night. Kids are gone. Here are our picks for a Happy Christmas Day.
Over 500 submissions.
Guys, last I saw it, there was 541 submissions.
So we just made a big purchase. We just spent a bit of money, more than we had planned, but I'm happy we did. Yeah. We were able to provide for 3 full families, almost knocking out their entire wish list, which is awesome.
Initially, we only thought we were going to be able to provide for 1 family, as we've mentioned earlier, but we've kind of wrestled with our budget. Mm-hmm. I'm not getting Jess anything for Christmas. Jess looked at me the other day, she's like, we're not getting each other Christmas, right? And I'm like,
we're keeping Christmas small this year.
Yeah,
we just decided, given everybody's situation, like we want to be able to help others. We're keeping our Christmas maybe a little bit smaller than we normally would, but also we don't have more space in our house, so there's that reason too. Yeah. We're just like, no more stuff. So I was also gonna say, I just ordered the gifts for the 3 families. It took us longer than we expected to get through all the submissions and actually pick who we're providing Christmas for. So not everything will arrive by Christmas.
Majority of
it will, but there will be things here and there trickling after Christmas. For those of you that we have selected, just so you know. And for those other families, if any of you are willing and able to provide things for them, they will not arrive by Christmas, most likely. Some things may, but for those families as well, it might come after Christmas.
Yeah.
It'll be a Happy New Year.
So here's the thing, guys. We are basically doing a virtual giving tree. We have a handful of families down listed in the description below. We're going to go through each and every family here in just a moment, but basically the idea is the people that we felt were great options that didn't make it into our top 3, which really broke our hearts. Like,
really, there's no top 3. It's just what could we provide for people.
Exactly, because I mean we had our own budget to consider, and we really wanted to just provide as much as we could to as many families as possible. So the families that we couldn't provide for, that's where we are hoping that you guys can step in and be our knight to like save the day.
Knight
you know?
hero.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of like a virtual giving tree. There's going to be links, everything down in the description to Amazon wish list for these families that we're going to talk about here in just a moment.
So the first family, there's a man named Derek, and this application was submitted by Melissa. He's a divorced man. He now lives in his parents' old house. His mom, from the sounds of it, passed recently. He lives in their house. His brother owns it. He doesn't have really anything. He has a bed to sleep on. He doesn't have a table to eat at. He doesn't have dishes. He doesn't have much at all. So Melissa says that he helps out around the neighborhood. He is disabled. He can't work. He doesn't get much from the government in terms of help, but he does what he can around the neighborhood, helping neighbors, helping Melissa's elderly parents. Sounds like he's a really great guy. And she said it would be amazing if we could give him some resemblance of normalcy again. His mom was Christmas crazy and treated him well. I wish he could have that or see that again. Whew, I'm gonna try to make it through this without crying.
Yeah, we're gonna do our best, but no promises.
So we will be providing Derek with a bunch of household items, a table, dishes, dish sets, new bedding, stuff to just make him feel like he lives in a home, rather than just a bed, you know? Yeah. So happy Christmas Day to Derek, and thank you, Melissa, for that submission. That was really awesome. Next family. This is a submission from Chelsea Ann. She was submitting for her mom and her older sister.
This one kind of hit home for me.
This one really hit home, yeah, for Austin especially. This one's gonna be hard for me to get through. FYI. Okay, so Chelsea wrote us and she was telling us about her mom and her sister. Her mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. Things were looking good, and then they took a turn for the worse, and she's been put on hospice care. Her older sister is mentally ill and disabled. She acts as if she were between the ages of 5 and 10, and she is 40 years old. Chelsea sent us a video of her, I want to say her 38th birthday party, and it was so cute. She loves Minnie, she loves anything Disney. She had a mini birthday cake. It was really, really adorable. And the way Chelsea talked about her was really sweet, like they were best friends. Chelsea mentioned that she probably doesn't have much time left with her sister, and she just wanted to provide them with some nice things and some memories for all of them. Jeez.
Yeah. Bad idea.
Yeah.
Terrible idea. Should have just left it at, we just bought people Christmas, have a good day.
So we will be providing all of their wish list to Chelsea to take to them and celebrate. Chelsea unfortunately does not live with them right now. She lives with her dad, but that will be a very, very happy reunion for when she gets to visit with them.
It's all right.
You guys, I promise, this is a really happy thing. I know it's like tear-jerking and emotional, but overall it's a very happy thing. The third family that we were able to provide for was submitted by Crystal, and it is for Christy and her 2 daughters. So Christy recently lost her husband. The daughters lost their father. It was due to a heart attack. He was the sole income for their family. Since that's happened, they've had a really hard time just making ends meet. Christy has been trying to sell what she can to make Christmas a possibility for her daughters this year. So a lot of their wish list, Crystal filled out. It's a lot of self-care items, just feel-good items for Christy and her daughters. Another thing to mention is that Christy herself is unable to work. One of her daughters is in a wheelchair and needs 24-hour assistance. So that's what Christy does for her. And so she's unable to work right now. So we just thought that it would be really nice to send them some love this Christmas. You know, it's been a hard year for them. And I'm sure Christy really deserves this.
Let's get this straight though, guys. There are a lot of people deserving of a fantastic Christmas. And again, this was really hard on us just having to pick what we could. Mm-hmm. I just hope we can provide a little bit of smile. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like a reason to smile on Christmas. That's the whole purpose behind a happy Christmas.
Yeah, that's exactly it. We're trying to provide these families with a reason to smile right now. So yeah, that's a good way to put it. So those are the 3 families that we have provided for. The rest of the families that I'm about to tell you about are ones that, like, It's so hard to say. They're the ones that are deserving. No, so many of you were deserving, but these are the ones that we just selected. We felt like they could really use some support.
We're interjecting right here because we totally and accidentally skipped over a family.
This one was submitted by Shannon. She was entering for her friend Sheila. They'd been working together for 5 years. And Sheila just recently lost her husband on Thanksgiving morning. She is now a single mom to 3 kids. As you can imagine, it's really stressful for her right now. So Shannon wanted to just provide some joy to Sheila and her kids during this tough time. Similar to some of our other stories, you guys, her oldest is in need of 24-hour assistance as well. So things are just really tough for all of them right now, but especially for Sheila, trying to take care of her family now as a single mother. List is down below, some toys for her kids, as well as a few things for herself, a couple gift cards on there, just for her to not have to worry about things like groceries and stuff at the moment. So thank you, Shannon, for submitting for Sheila.
Yeah.
Kathy and Taylor, it's a mother and her son. She lost her husband a few years ago. It'll be the 5th Christmas since he's passed. With COVID and everything happening this year, it's really been tough for them financially. She likes to spend as much time as she possibly can with her son, understandably. She was exposed to COVID, did not get COVID, but had to quarantine for 2 weeks just in case anyways. And her work, unfortunately, does not pay her for that. They don't cover that. It got really tricky for her because she's been trying to pick up as many hours as she can to catch up on bills, which means she's pulling some overtime, and those overtime hours do not allow her to get to the food bank. So it's been really tough for her. It's like a this or that, it's that type of situation.
I am so wanting to just provide her and her son with a fantastic Christmas. And again, all these submissions that we are reading from here forward, we are not able to provide for, but we would love for you guys to be able to help us with this virtual giving tree.
If you're able.
If you're able.
Yeah. All right. So this next one is for Carmen and her daughters. I was actually in talks with her this weekend as she was making a wish list. She did end up in the hospital with her daughter this weekend. So she had spent a few days there, which I'm sure was very tough. She's been a single mom for 14 years. Similar situation. She has 2 daughters. One of them has cerebral palsy, and she needs very much of Carmen's attention. She had gone back to school to be trained in massage therapy. Good for you, Carmen. But she hasn't been able to work due to the pandemic. So they are just relying on the SSI that her daughter receives at the beginning of every month. So they are really making do with what little they have right now. So for Carmen, same as all these other families, wish list will be below. She also has a fund set up by one of her friends. They are trying to raise money for her to have a van to transport her daughter around in. So that's Carmen's story. So the next family is Kira and Anita. They are a mother-daughter. Kira, who is 18, submitted. She wants to just really give her mom some extra love. It's going to be her birthday as well. They are both going to school to become medical assistants. Her mom works 2 jobs, and they're really just trying to make ends meet. They're doing the best they can. Kira says that her mom's really hardworking and is also going through some medical issues right now, and they could use some extra love.
And I love that when the tough get going, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. And that's kind of like what I heard when I read this story was like, she's not only hustling at 2 jobs, but she's also going to school, really trying to turn this ship around, and is just stuck in a kind of a rut right now financially.
Next is Wendy and her daughter. It's been a rough year, she says. They moved from Florida to Ohio, where she lived as a kid. She had surgery in January, and she's been out of work since. That's a long time without work. She says she was only at work for a short time before she got hurt, so she doesn't qualify for unemployment or any of the stimulus packages, unfortunately. So it's really tight for her right now. They're staying with a friend, living in their basement right now. She's currently trying to find a job, but she's having a hard time due to lack of childcare. I know it's got to be tough right now. She said that her daughter at their new place only has a bike, and she can't ride it out when it's cold and snowy. So their wish list is full of just some nice items for them, some toys for their daughter, just things to pass the time in a happy way. So that was nice. So the next one is for Alyssa and her daughter. Alyssa has not been able to work for a long time due to disability. She hasn't been able to provide birthdays or Christmas for her and her daughter for over 7 years. She in the past has relied on types of things like the Giving Tree, like community-based outreach programs. But due to COVID, a lot of those have been shut down this year. And due to her daughter's age, her daughter is 13, so she's right above that cusp, and she doesn't qualify for a lot of these programs, especially right now. And I know that's got to be tough, not being able to do that for your family.
Granted, we're still very new at being parents, and we haven't exactly been in a rough patch situation where we can't provide Christmas for our daughter, or even like basic necessities, or even just simple toys to help pass time. And I can't even comprehend how hard that would have to be as a parent.
Yeah.
Like, that would be so tough. And so I hope that some of you guys can give to these people in need and really help give a really awesome and happy Christmas. We do have a few GoFundMes.
Yes.
These GoFundMes are very unique. I do want to preface this that these GoFundMes were made well before this came out.
Yeah.
So it's not like a story generated just for this. We really looked into each and every one of these stories and tried to get as much background information as we can and verify as much as we can that the money that you guys give to anything, whether it be toys or actual funding, it's going toward the cause that you are giving.
Yeah, so it's been generated before we even announced a Happy Christmas.
Exactly.
So the first was submitted by Leah. Her friends Gail and Randy are in a tough situation right now. Gail is wheelchair bound. She can't really leave the house. And they recently found out that their home has excessive electrical problems that will be expensive to repair, and they don't have the funds to pay for it. And then with winter coming,
here. Winter
is basically here. They live in Georgia, but it's unsafe for them to run heaters throughout their house. Their electricity is having issues. Their stove is not working properly. Gail can't just go out and find somewhere to keep warm. She's wheelchair bound. She stays home a lot. So they have been trying to raise money to fix these electrical issues, especially before winter comes. My voice is like starting to go away. All the talking and trying to hold back the choking tears and everything. And this other one was submitted by Jessica for her family. Her and her husband Nick, they have a son named Xavier. He started having some seizures and twitching and zoning out. A few weeks later, he was diagnosed with seizures, and in August, he had an MRI. Come to find out, there was a 2-inch tumor that was causing all of it. He had surgery. Since then, he's been doing fabulous, she says. However, she had to leave her job in order to take care of him, and so financially, they're just really struggling right now. But those are the families that just, I guess, spoke to us. We prayed a lot about this, and those are the families that we felt we needed to share with you guys. Our first annual Happy Christmas Day!
Yeah! Happy Christmas Day and our giving tree. And seriously, again, we couldn't do this without you guys. Yeah. Without your support, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be able to give away. And like, you can thank us as much as you want, but really, we owe
the
all
messenger.
the thanks to you guys.
We're only the messenger.
Yeah.
So we hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Christmas season, and we hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we will see you next vlog.
Love you guys. Have a very Merry Christmas. Actually, we'll see. I keep saying that. We're gonna see you next time. Bye, friends.